guys, my name is Anthony Ochuko and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing some of the common mistakes I made when applying for a job. And some of these mistakes actually made it that the numbers of time I spent applying for a job is kind of more than the numbers of time that I get called for a job interview. This is not supposed to be the case, but because I made all of this mistake, it actually lengthened my days. Instead of, getting hired in less than 30 days, it took me about over a period of 5 months or thereabout. So some of these mistakes, I'm going to be highlighting them so that you do not make this mistake as well and do the right thing. Now, if you are jumping on this channel for the first time, please, I will appreciate if you like and subscribe to this channel and share this video as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Okay, having said that, let's move to the common mistake that I have done in the past that have kept me looking for a job for a very long period of time. Number one is that do not apply for every job that you see. Do not apply for every job that you see, because the truth is that you might actually have experience pertaining a particular job. But that job which you are applying for, at the end of the day, you will get there, you will find out that you don't even find happiness, you are not fulfilled, you don't like the job, no matter what they are being paid, no matter what you are being paid, you don't like the job. But if it is the job that you are actually good at, when you are doing your job, you just like you are sleeping at home while you are doing your job, because why? You find fulfillment in doing the job. So do not just apply for any job, or any job that you see that is being posted on any job platform like LinkedIn, Naukri.gov, or Indeed, any kind of job platform. Do not just apply. And secondly, the reason why I also said that you shouldn't just apply for any kind of job, there are some jobs that are specified. Let's say, for example, they are looking for a housekeeping supervisor, and you have experience as an housekeeping manager, and you apply for an housekeeping manager. What do you think will happen to your application? Of course, your application will not be looked into, probably maybe in the next 4 months, 5 months, or even a year later. But if you apply for a housekeeping supervisor, because that is within your role, then that job is suitable for you. But because you are applying for the job of housekeeping manager and the post that you see is housekeeping supervisor, it's not going to do you any good. So don't just apply for any job. Make sure that the job that you are applying for is actually the job that you really need. Sometimes desperation could make us to apply for any job, but I will encourage you, just hang in there, the right job will come on your way. Number two is note the specific requirements of the job that you are going for. Now, if you find any job that has been posted on the internet or any of the job platform, you should note the specific requirement. And what are the requirements? Let's take, for example, the example I gave before as an housekeeping supervisor. The role of an housekeeping supervisor, they might specify that we need someone who has a minimum of 5 years. Now, take note of that word, minimum of 5 years. When they say minimum of 5 years, that means that 5 years of job experience and above, right? But you have minimum, you're not going to make it. 4.5, okay, you can try your luck. But they said a minimum of 5 years, right? You might want to try your luck for, just to apply, because you are applying, especially when you are dropping a hard copy CV. You just wasted that 2 pages of paper that you just give to them, right? Online, you might want to try your luck, but you might be expecting one is going to reach out to you, but they are not going to reach out to you because the job specification says minimum 5 years of job experience, but you do not have that 5 years of experience, and they need someone who is minimum of 5 years experience. So you have to take note of the key requirement, the specifications that have been mentioned on the job posting, in order to avoid all of this. And number three is that follow application guidelines. There are application guidelines. When you are applying for a job, there are application guidelines that you must follow. Let's take, for example, when a job is being posted on LinkedIn, one of the requirements or one of the specific message that has been written there, they will tell you that on the subject, write the job position and the application number. Probably in the job position, there is an application number on the side of the job position. So let's say, for example, on the subject, housekeeping supervisor, application number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you have to do it that way. And if you don't do it that way, I don't think they will be able to sort you out, because this is the word. the guidelines to follow in order for you to apply for the job, especially when they post multiple jobs. For example, housekeeping manager, housekeeping supervisor, facility engineer, facility supervisor, different position. Each of these job positions have application number that they've put side by side by the job itself. And if you do not include that, they might not be able to sort you out, because as at this point, a lot of people are pouring in their email, they are sending in their applications, and the only thing that they can just do is just to type application number and the job position on their system, and it will pop up and your own application will pop up. But if you don't do that, sorry, you are not going to get a call for interview. So I will encourage you to follow the application guidelines. Yeah. And the next one is that you ensure that your resume and your cover letter are aligned with the job description, right? Every job posting have a job description. If, for example, the job description was not posted on the posting, maybe you saw it on LinkedIn, just a something, or there was no job description, you can actually go to Google and search for the job description of that particular job that you are applying for, having an idea of what they really need. Or better still, go to the company website, search for the company website, and go to their career website and probably see if they've posted that job in that place on their career website, on their career page, so that you'll be able to get the job description, what it entails for you to apply for that job, so that you don't just apply for a job without knowing what they really need from the applicant itself. It is very, very important that your resume and your cover letter are aligned with the job description. When your resume and your cover letter are aligned with the job description, automatically you are on a page whereby you will get an invitation call for an interview. But if it is in the opposite direction, is an automatical no. The next one is that don't include archaic elements on your resume. And I mean archaic elements like emojis on your resume or your cover letter, or you are including like on your resume, there is upon request, I will provide a reference. Of course, every company that want to hire you, they will request you to provide a reference. Sorry. Why would you want to put that on your resume? It doesn't really count. There is no need of putting that on your resume. So all you just need to do is go and because these are old school. These are not longer requirement when you are, kind of arranging your resume or putting your resume in great, in proper order, right? So make sure you don't include things that are not actually needed. And the next, watch out for sloppy grammatical error on your resume before you submit any CV, okay, or you submit any application. Rather, make sure you watch out for every grammatical error on your resume and your cover letter. Make sure you read properly before you hit that send button, because as soon as you hit that send button and you realize after a couple of hours it's gone, and there is nothing you can do about it. So my advice, before you send any application, you apply for any job, make sure that you pre-filled your resume several times, and also the cover letter itself. It is very, very important, because your cover letter, when there is a proper communication, especially when it comes to your cover letter is a one-way ticket on its own, right? So you must make sure that you are communicating correctly, because you really do not know the person that is at the other end of the receiving end that is going to see your resume. It might not just be in a good mood, and you just read one or two lines and discover that communication is not flowing, and before you know it, you just delete your email. And this is how it works, and you won't blame anyone for that. So please make sure that you read you pre-fill your resume properly and your cover letter as well. And the next one is that highlight your accomplishment, not responsibility on your resume. Your accomplishment and not responsibility. Especially this go in line with when you are even attending the live interview, whether it is virtual or one-on-one interview. You must you are highlighting your accomplishment, the things that you have done over the 3 years that you'll be working, 4 years that you'll be working for different organizations, because they want to see things that you have done. You have to tell them the things that you have accomplished. I have been, for example, you are a safety officer or you are a safety engineer. You're going to tell the numbers of incident that you have avoided, the procedure that you actually put in place in order to avoid all of these incidents, the numbers of training that you have conducted, that you conduct in 1 month, how many training that you conduct in 1 year, how many man hour that were due to the training that you gave, how many man hours that you were able to gain, okay, how many cases of hospital incidents were avoided compared to the last 2 years. These are the things that the person wants to see. So you are highlighting your accomplishment, the things that you have actually accomplished, not your responsibility. They will give you the responsibility. The company are giving your responsibility for sure, right? But the things that you have accomplished in the past will make them to say, okay, yeah, this is the right person. This is the person that we need in the job, because they need result. They need something, right? So when your CV or your cover letter has this accomplishment, is another ticket for you to be invited for the interview. In most cases, your interview is like 50%. You getting that job is like 50% done deal already. All you just need to hear from you is just to speak with you, and they want to see someone, they want to know the person who actually has all this accomplishment. And that's the next one. Is that, is your resume overdone? When I mean that, if your resume is overdone, what is your resume like? How is your resume like? Is it that your resume has like 5 pages because you've worked with different companies and you have like 16 years of experience, and you have to, to include all of this into your resume? At the end of the day, your resume is having like probably maybe like 7-10 page. I would advise the maximum numbers of pages your resume should be maximum 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. I'm going to stress it again, 2.5 page. If you can, if everything can go into 2 page, perfect. Okay. So if you have lots of experience, maybe you've been working over the past 10 years, thereby you have worked with different organizations, lots of experience. Does that mean that you are going to like include all of them and reduce the font size of your resume? No. You're going to pick the most recent one. Okay. Usually what I do, I just highlight the names of the company and I pick my most recent accomplishment to generalize for everything. This is my own kind of person. You might have another way of doing it, but this is my advice. Your resume should not be more than 3 pages at most. At most, even that page, the last page should be just a half. Okay, because no hiring manager or a recruitment agency want to spend a whole lot of 1 hour, 30 minutes just to review a resume. Just summarize them succinctly. Same goes to your cover letter. Your cover letter should not be more than 1 page. Even half a page is much more better. And if you are sending your cover letter on the body of an email, it shouldn't be too much. Maximum of 5 to 7 lines is enough for the body of your email when sending your cover letter or applying for a job. That's that. And the next one is that avoid using multiple font size on your resume. Okay, avoid using multiple font size on a resume. 2 font size is okay. The bigger font size, let's say 14 is for the heading and 12 or 11 is for the other parts of job responsibility or the rest of that on your resume, and that's it. Avoid too many font size. You have different font size, 14, 13, 15. It just contradicts a lot of things. Some of the system, especially these days that they are using ATS can just, kind of automatically pick all of these things, will not consider you for the job application process at all. So try as much as possible to avoid them. And lastly, take a look at the body of your email. There are some job positions, job position that may require you, they will give you an email to forward your resume. Now, the body of your CV, the body of your email has to contain some information, probably maybe your cover letter itself. How long is it? Like I said, it shouldn't be more than 7 lines itself. Maximum 10 lines is okay. And this And this tail line should be something that the first line communication, the person will be able to grasp it immediately. Like the first line will determine if the person will go beyond that to the end of whatever you've written there. The body of your email must be so succinctly and very, very clear in terms of communication. I hope this video gives you a lot of information. If you have any correction to make in this video, please put it on the comment section. I'm always available to read your comment, and I appreciate comment a lot. And please, if you've seen this video to this end, that means whatever I'm doing here, you are encouraging me. Please do well to subscribe to this channel and like this video to reach greater audience, and share this information to 1 or 2 persons that may also need this information as well. My name is Anthony Ochuko. See you on my next video. Peace out.